Hello. Uh-oh, you can hear John trying to get Donkey to come in his office. Oh, hello. Let me just get situated here. Okay. It's Sunday. I'm gonna spin.
Donkey, come on. Let's hang out.
He's visiting me.
Come on. Come. Donkey, come.
Uh-oh. Can you guys hear him? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Oh my gosh. Got a whole bunch of brand new messages on YouTube. Hello, Sunday. Good morning, Tanya. You're up early? I probably don't. Hello, Abir. That was weird. I got a whole bunch of new messages from YouTube. My glasses, you guys, I don't know. We'll do my best. Lori, I was just thinking literally this morning, like, gosh, I haven't seen Lori in forever. Hello, Anna from Portugal. I think you might be our first person from Portugal that's come to a live. I could be wrong, but I think maybe. Hello, Shaylee. Hi. Oh, Cher said, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes. Please, you guys, I apologize. I took Sudafed so that I wouldn't be like, because I've had something. I thought a sinus infection. I still think a sinus infection, but I still got, all that stuff going on. So, hello, Athena. She said, it's good evening here. Where are you, Athena? Are you in Greece? I feel like you said you were in Greece last time. What's going on? What are you guys working on? Seems like forever, right? Maybe it doesn't to you. Hello, Lena. Michelle said, morning. First time catching the live. Welcome. Oh, she's heading to knit group. That's fun. Oh, Lena's from Austria. Goodness. We're all over the place today. Abir said, how was your break? So our trip was really, really nice for us to get away. The weather wasn't very nice there, but, it was better than at home. So, okay, it's just a Greek name. She said, I'm from Rotterdam. Oh, okay. Oh, I remember now. So okay. Thank you. Nikki said, spinning some Targhee silk. That sounds lovely. Hello, Charlotte. Hey, Deb. How did you get here on accident? Is that even possible? Oh, you guys, let me show you. I got to show you something. Hang on. Pardon me. If you ever wanted to count my eyelashes, that was your chance. I finished the first bobbin of the green. I thought I would show you guys. I don't know. Can you even... Looks like it doesn't want to focus. Well, that's what it looks like. There you go. Let's see. Tracy said, getting my chores done, laundry and mending, then I hope to get on the wheel. Good for you doing your chores first. I don't do it that way. Disney Knitter said, thumbs up. Yeah, you guys, if you don't mind, please hit the like. She said, it's Sunday. Hope you had a great trip. It was good. And you know what? We hit 14,000 subscribers, I think, on our way home. So that was like, hey. Lisa said, I'm helping my granddaughter sew her first baby blanket for her aunt. That's nice. Hey, Kai, I watched your short the other day and I thought, like, what is going on? Kai is growing up so fast in front of my eyes. What is happening? Andrew said, hello, everyone, spinning a Cormo silk blend. That sounds nice, too. Charlotte said, hello, Stappy Hooker. Charlotte said, just finished dyeing about a pound of hand-spun Corriedale and getting them into skeins this morning. That sounds really nice. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Thanks, Crystal. Crystal said that's pretty. Michelle said spinning some BFL silk to ply with merino. This is BFL silk. She said, but I have to work on the pants I'm knitting my brother. You are knitting your brother pants? Like trousers? Or like underpants, as we like to say here. What do we talk about? Thanks. Thank you, you guys. I'm just excited. I split it and I'm on the second half now. I've just been so slow. But I've got other spinning projects going, so. Abir said, I want to thank you for the color theory videos. Very informative. You know what? I worried about those because I thought some people are going to say, well, it depends on who you are. There's always somebody who's going to say that about what I do, but some people are going to say, yeah, we know all that. And I think a lot of us do kind of like know it when we think about the one thing at a time. But then if you compare them all, it clicks things differently, I think. So I hope it helped. I don't know. When I saw it, I just really wanted to, it just made a lot of sense. Oh, here, hang on. Something's knocking. There we go. I got it. Maybe I didn't get it. Morning, Terry. Tracy said, oh, so nice. Makes me want spring. Yes. Is that polywog? It is. That is the polywog. Lena said that is beautiful. Alice said, I neglected to vacuum this weekend. Fibre and cooking. I just dusted my little table next to me for the first time in forever. And I thought, gosh, you need to get some, come on, girl. Get some work done around here. I have been doing some cleaning, but let's see. Tanya said, I'm knitting slippers and hats for people who lost everything in Cyclone Gabrielle as we are going into winter. I did not even hear about that, Tanya. Sabby Hooker said, working on a crochet shawl. Sorry, I'm getting like YouTube pop-ups like crazy today. They must have updated something. She said, just started it. Anna said, just bought a Louette S10 DT. What are your thoughts? I don't think I have ever spun on a Louette. But, I mean, people seem to love them. I don't know why you wouldn't love it. I mean, they're very, common and people seem to really like them. So I think that's wonderful that you got a wheel. Jerup said, I've been spinning so much that I'm using Voltaren gel like it's hand cream. Well, you got to stop and take some breaks, man. Don't, hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Michelle said, like sweatpants. Exactly. Kai, it is happening too fast. Kai, what happened? Are you growing in height? I don't know if it was the angle of the camera, but I'm like, is he taller? What is going on? Hello, Deanna. Jerup said, merino silk, tensile for yardage. I want a new jacket for next winter. Are you going to weave it? That sounds really cool. Hello, Lori. Candy said, just got here, been a minute, and then some. Birthday time again for one of the granddaughters at 2 o'clock, so chilling till time to go. That sounds fun, Candy. What are you guys doing for the birthday? Cher said, temperature blanket. That's fun. Abir said, Trish, you didn't know about the spinning, the colors and stuff, or something different. Maybe I missed it. Craft Design said, there are always new spinners that don't know the color theory. They were great. Athena said, Drup, I'm sorry. Yeah. Just please take care of your hands, because we would not want something to happen permanently. You know what I mean? Tracy said, yes, it really helps being able to see it all and we benefit. Hello, Ellen. Thanks. It was a nice trip. It's always fun to spend a week with John not at work, And we took the dogs, walked on the beach. The weather could have been better, but you know, that's the risk you take anytime you go on vacation. Hey, Kimberly, she said, sorry, late. You're not late. You're right where you're supposed to be. Been stacking hay and chicken coop clearing up. Snow coming in tonight. Ugh, I'm so done. Dawn said, temperature blanket and sweater. That's cool. Candy's making doll clothes and have that Valentine's blend on the wheel. How do you like it, Candy? I know that the sari silk makes it kind of different to spin, but I really like how it ends up being like art yarny, you know what I mean? Thick and thin. It comes out, I don't know. For me, it's like awesome. Lori said, I'm crocheting a baby blanket for a 5-month-old at church. That sounds nice. Jerup said, sometimes my brain gets stuck on one thing. Well, I understand. I mean, believe me, that's me 100%. It's just like, if you're not, you got to take care of those hands and eyes, the things that you need for spinning and weaving. Just take care of yourself. Lori said, oh, sorry, I missed it. I went back and read the same one again. Dawn has questions on the EEW6. So I'm going to do a full video on it, but as of right now, I cannot find anything bad to say about it. I'm trying to think if there is anything. I really, really like it. I took it on our trip, but I never even took it out. I barely knitted. I finished a pair of socks. And then I started another one on the way home. I'm just trying to remember what I got done. I didn't really do that much. Kai, you will never be a moody teen, will you? Crystal said he's going to be a moody teen soon. Alice said, I really like the color. I know. I remember, Alice, last time you said, let me know when it's done. Carrie said, I just wound up a cake of the Valentine's blend to weave with. I can't wait to see that. Steven said, hey, gang, it's been a while. Happy new... Oh, wait. OMG, it's nearly March. I've been thinking about you, Steven. Steven spins to embroider with. Is it embroider or needlepoint, Steven? And it is amazing. I just got to tell you guys, I've been thinking about you. Abir said, I'm excited to head home to my wool and my husband. So, Abir, have you been weaving? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I still having a little trouble. Are you taking your loom home and your sewing machine? Like, are you going to leave it? I'm just, when are you going home? When's your trip? Tell us everything. You don't have to tell us everything. Arlene said, I finally made it to a live. Been a while. I'm sewing today, so not fiber related at all. Just enjoying the chat. Well, we're really just crafting together, right? Meg said, welcome back, Arlene. Welcome back. Meg said, hi, knitting tent blanket and a shawl. I have seen so many tent blankets lately. I love it. She said, picking up drop spindle again after 5-ish years. How's it going? Deanna is working on rewarping the rug loom. Cross fingers, it looks like it's going to work first time. Okay, Deanna, do you use a sectional warping beam for rugs? I really need to know. I don't know anyone else with like a dedicated rug loom, so I have questions. Sorry, that was Deanna already. I'm reading the same ones over and over again. Steven said, oh, yes, I'm trying to keep it up. Been a bit busy. Well, I hope busy with good things. Oh my gosh, Kai. Kai said also 69 days. Is it really that soon? Till Maryland, but who's really counting? Are you excited, Kai? And what are you excited for? Just like the shopping? Are you going with the farm? Crystal said, excited for that, Kai. Steven said, every time I see sheep in the fields around here, I think, oh, I need to do some more spinning. Have you kind of been off the spinning? Pachyderm said, if you want a fun knit that uses up small leftovers, advent calendars, the anthology throw. I better look that up. I hope I remember. Good. Meg said going better this time. Hello, Teresa. That's good. Okay, Deanna said, yes, sectional warping beam, old union loom. I have more questions, but I don't want to take over the whole chat with my weaving questions. But I do have some. Kate said, hi guys, I'm knitting stuffed animals from Knittables patterns. Fun. That does sound fun. Chris, we did not. Chris said, did you see any Mardi Gras activity in Galveston? I think that it was over when we got there. We got there Sunday, like kind of late afternoon, early evening, and I think it was over. Oh, Steven's just been busy with work. That's no fun, Steven. I mean, it's good to have work, right? Hey, Evie. Athena said this week I finished a project of knitted slippers that took me way longer than I anticipated, and it got me frustrated a couple of times, but I finally won. They are now exactly what I wanted. That's cool. I don't think I've ever knitted slippers. Isn't that weird? Andrea said I need to catch up on my temperature socks. I record the temp every day, but been well over a week since I knitted. So do you take the high for the day? How does that work? Do you just decide? Ella said, wait, Trish, is that some shipwreck? No, this is Polywog. She said, I was so in love with that colorway and sad it was pre-designated. I think it wasn't it purchased? Carrie said, I need to finish the fleeces I have so I can have fun. Me too. I gotta finish something in my fleece closet. M. Matthews said, was just gifted a floor loom and a ton of extra equipment. Have the loom all cleaned up and waxed. Put together a warping mill too. Now I have to decide what to weave. That sounds really nice. Oh, it works in a circle. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Lee said, would love to see the video on John fixing your wheel. My Ashford needs some help. Well, I was thinking about that this week, that we need to sit down and do it before too much time passes. Kai said, I'm really excited for competition season because I get to socialize with kids my age who also spin. I bet that is pretty cool. M. Matthews said, can't wait for Maryland Sheep and Wool. Hello from Maryland. It was great last year. Crazy weather last year. Okay, Deanna said, sure, I'll do my best to answer PM me. I will do that. Candy said, I assume your vacation was awesome. I mean, we had a week off from work with our dogs on the beach. How bad can it be? The weather was a challenge a little bit, but it was good. I would go back there, maybe not in February. I don't know. We also got to have lunch with John's uncle and cousin he had not seen since he was 4. She was 4. So that was pretty nice. And his aunt and his cousin's husband. Okay, Andrea said, I do high for the day. That makes sense. High or low, right? So Alice said, I'm in love with Polywog too. This is Polywog. Okay, Abir said, everything. I'm heading home Wednesday. I have a loom at home and the bigger one stays at mom's. I did finish the towels and we'll sew them at home. Picks later. Oh, good. So you're taking them home. Sewing machine stays. Okay. Stabby Hooker said, have any of you started a project and decided you don't like it partway through? Many times. Now that I see how it's written, it seems like more work than necessary. Many times. Candy said, that's pretty cool, Kai. Getting to talk to and compete with other kids your age should be really fun for you. I think, Kai, you did that last year, right? At Maryland? Howling Moon Farm. Hang on, you guys. I got some silk that's too short and it's making a little clump. Said, welcome back. Evie said, has anybody done a cocoa knit sweater? I just bought the book and starting a sweater. Starting up a sweater. I don't think I have. Hello, Danielle. Alice said, oh, excited, but trying to finish Fibre color div and a spin, but got myself two 12.5. Oh, two 12.5 heddle so I can make better kit. Now, why did you need 2? I'm nosy. Kimberly said Galveston is quite breezy this time of year. It was quite breezy. It was quite cool. Quite cool. But you know what? Being right on the Gulf is just like being right on the ocean. And there is something about being close to the ocean or being close to um like a big body of natural water that just takes all the stress out of my body. It's so weird. Like the Lake Michigan is the same. And if you don't, I know people don't really realize like when you're at Lake Michigan, there is a tide and you cannot see across to the other side. So it's not like being at the ocean, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it isn't like just being at a little small lake, whatever. So I just love being by the water. Crystal said to Stabby Hooker all the time, I just decide if it's worth pushing through or not. If the answer is not, then I frog the whole thing. I do the same and I do not feel bad about frogging projects ever. Life is too short to push through unless you have a really good reason. Terry said, I'm just watching for now. Have a doctor appointment in the morning. Oh no. Oh no. She said, I'm having a bad reaction to my cortisone shot. Lots of shooting pain. Sucks. That sounds awful. Yep, Steven is in the UK too. We've got a couple people. Mostly it looks like we've got a couple other in Europe right now anyways. Kai said there's another boy there too, which is the best. That is pretty cool. Stabby Hooker said I went to the Bigfoot meetup yesterday and found a new Bigfoot hat pattern that requires sparkly yarn. I know it is not silly to be so excited about sparkly yarn. No. Never. Alice said 212.5 because who knows what kind of, oh, I see. Got it. Oh, Athena said to Terry, I hope you feel better soon. Elizabeth said, I have a weaving question. Is it possible to use the heddle from a rigid heddle loom as the beater bar on a floor loom? I don't know. You mean as a reed? I have to think about it. If there's any reason why it wouldn't work. Nothing jumps out at me right at first. I don't know if it would be sturdy enough because they're usually plastic. Carrie said there's something about the energy of the ocean that's wonderful. There is. It's weird. Kimberly said I have at least half a dozen whips that are at least 5 years old. I've held on to them because I love the yarns. I finally gave myself permission to frog them and make things I love with them. Life's too short, right? Lori said I'm the queen of frogging projects. I frogged a heel like 4 times this week and it was the worst, most annoying thing. It's not the worst thing, but it was so annoying. Danielle said, hi, I know what you mean, Trish. We took the kids to the beach near us on Lake Huron. It was cold as hell, but fun also. Love the sound of the waves. It's so nice. It's so relaxing. Peckoderm said it's true about the water. I'm in Ontario at Prescott. We have the St. Lawrence. I get the taking the stress away. Also love watching the ocean liners. We could not see, I think when we actually went into town, maybe we could, like while we were coming back, but we were outside town. We can kind of see the, what do you call those things? The oil rigs. But they're so teeny weeny. Like you can't really even tell what you're looking at. It's weird though, how quickly listening to that sound of those waves just makes it, I can feel the stress leaving my body. It's weird. Yep, Candy said, yay, Kai, even better yet. And then I never feel bad about frogging stuff. I don't either. Elizabeth said, yes, as a read. I gotta think about that. Because I think Steven said the holes wouldn't work with the shed on a floor loom. That's what I'm trying to figure out in my brain. Would it actually make a difference? No, it wouldn't work because the holes are, well, I mean, if you only use slots, would it work? I don't think it would, because even if you only use the slots, then the set wouldn't be the same. Do you need a reed, Elizabeth? Can you, do you need one? What size is your loom? So many questions today. What's up with me? Athena said you mentioned embroidery and needlepoint earlier. Is there a difference? I'm not an expert on this. I think that needlepoint is a type of embroidery, but I'm not really sure. But I don't think that's what Stephen was doing, right? You were doing like crewel work. Was it? Help me. You showed us, but now I can't remember exactly what the project was. Craft Design said the wood frame of the rigid head loom might not fit into the beater of a floor loom. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Kai said hypothetically, yes, you could, but you can only thread through the slots. Right. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because if you use the holes, they will create a shed because it won't be going through the reed at the same point as the holes are. Does that make sense? I could show you. Lori said a couple more weeks of rehab and I should be able to fully get round to spin. That is awesome, Lori. How many more weeks do you think? Good for you. Candy said I would like to go through my whips twice a year and usually only get to them once a year. Even if you do once a year, I think that's good. Howling Moon said I have a pile of frogged projects. Funny part is that lately people have been asking if I will be making items that are similar to frogged projects, so I've been digging them out. There you go. Lori said a couple of hours drive to the coast for me. If I could, I would live down there again. Honestly, if we suddenly won the lottery, I would live on the water immediately. Kimberly said, I remember the first time I took my oldest daughter to Galveston as a 3-year-old. A big wave crashed over our heads. I was holding her. She sputtered, Mommy, the water tastes like French fries. Okay, yes. Steven said cruel work with wool. That's what I thought I remembered. Kimberly said embroidery is a form of needlework. Stabby Hooker, has anyone attempted the Verano shawl by Elizabeth Myers? I don't think I know it. Okay, see, Carrie this likes the French fries. Steven's more of an expert than me. So needlepoint is generally tapestry where embroidery covers all needlework. Okay. So embroidery does it? I'm still not exactly clear. Gary said French fries are the best. Did you say don't drink it though? The thought of drinking ocean water gives me the creeps a little bit. It was funny though, because while we were having lunch with his, family members, his cousin's so sweetly and politely, she's like, why'd you choose Galveston? And I was like, what do you mean? I mean, our house was I don't know, 50 or 60 yards from the Gulf. It was great. Oh, Lori said 2 weeks. Okay, that's good, Lori. Are you so excited to get back to it? Hey, Rachel. Kai said, yes, needlepoint is a series of... No, needlepoint is just half an X, right? And embroidery has many different styles of stitches. Cross stitch is a series of X's. Elizabeth said, I have what I need, but I was just thinking about ways to make my tools more multi-purpose as much as possible. And I didn't think it would work, but wanted to make sure. I think if you had a really wide set, it might. Alice said cross stitch versus embroidery. Is cross stitch the same as needlepoint? Cross stitch is a type of embroidery, right? And not the same as needlepoint. I mean, I'm not an expert. Please, experts, weigh in. Carrie said, yes, off to the ocean I'd go to if money was no object, probably the Pacific Northwest. The beer said, Tribe, I'm in the middle of laundry in preparation for packing. I've decided to leave clothes behind. That's a good idea, so I can travel light in the summer. See you on the other side of the earth next live. Love to all. Travel safe and hopefully peacefully and easy. Kimberly said, I discouraged her from drinking it. Good. Ugh. Kimberly said, I have family in Galveston. It was really fun. And you know, we went to their yarn store. They got a yarn store. And I love when we went into town, the architecture there is so unique really, because it's a lot like the more southern parts of the country, but also it's on like the stilts. It is really interesting and it was fun to drive through. Steven said cross stitch and tapestry are both done on even weave fabrics with counted stitches. They are both forms of embroidery. There you go. Needlepoint is an open mesh and cross stitch is on like hard anger. I'm probably saying that wrong. Carrie said, I love the ocean. I would wade in the ocean and it would freak me out to swim in it. I've swum in the ocean many a time. My grandparents used to live in Florida. Then I saw those videos. I don't want to freak anyone else out, but where they're like up high and you can see all the sharks off the coast. And now it's like, do I want to do that? I don't know. Disney said upcoming Fibre shows my area: Bowling Green, Ohio, March 25th, Ann Arbor, April 1st and 2nd. Is anyone here going to vend in Ann Arbor? That's soon. Like soon. Alice said, safe travels, a beer, see you when you get home. Lori said, yes, so sick of the bed and need to finish unpacking from the move. Oh my goodness, you're not all the way unpacked either. That's even harder. Elizabeth said, I love cross stitch, never been very good at the other kinds of needlework. I feel like they just take practice, Elizabeth. I'm sure you could kick butt. Jerup said, safe home, a beer. Kai said, my bad, I always get them mixed up, even though my grandma has explained the difference hundreds of times. Kimberly said, the history of Galveston is amazing. You know what? We really didn't learn a lot about it. Lori said, it's a lot. I bet it is like, because Biloxi is in Mississippi, right? So it makes sense. It's just really cool. Chris said, Victorian architecture. I remember lots of gingerbread. Excuse me. Candy said, time to head to town for the party. Take care all. It was good to pop in quickly, even if it was short. But sweet, have fun at the party. I hope you get cake. Carrie, okay. Carrie's vending in Ann Arbor. I am going to try and make it. I was going to try and surprise you. But if the weather's good, I'm going to try and make it. So I will see you there, Carrie. Hello, Rebecca. Alice said, haha, Trish, that's why I only go out as far as the waves won't take me under, and I look for sharks first. Carrie said, ocean animals are beautiful and amazing, but I wouldn't want them sneaking up on me. Exactly. Hello, Lynn. First time I can make it, she said. Welcome. Anne said, the Strand in Galveston is pretty. Galveston used to be the banking center for all the commerce in and out of the bay. It was a very wealthy town. That makes sense, Anne, because a lot of the houses we saw in town, where I'm sure like the most early building probably was, they were really cool. And I love that older style of home. My old house before we moved up here, well, before John and I got married, was built in 1918, and it was really cool house. Danielle said, what was the name of the Ann Arbor Show Festival? That wouldn't be too far for me. I'm sure that Carrie can help with that. Yeah. Hello, Stephanie. Carrie said, Alice, even some of the fish are just so big and creepy. Ooh. Meg said, this has been fun. I need to scoot, but we'll plan for next time. Thanks for coming, Meg. I think we had lunch there, Kimberly. I'm not sure. Elizabeth said, when is Ann Arbor? The first weekend in April, so like April Fool's Day. Carrie said, I'll pretend to be surprised. Maybe we'll forget. At my age, it happens. I hide my own Easter eggs. And I'm surprised. Joanne said, first time on live, welcome. She said, I do count a cross stitch, used to needlepoint, but tougher on my tendinitis. Becky said, first time that I've been able to make it in a while. Welcome back, Becky. Yep, Carrie said, Ann Arbor is the first weekend. Yes, it is just before my birthday. Maybe I'll buy myself a birthday present. Alice said, but are they edible? Only other worry is barracuda, so don't wear shiny. Do they have barracuda in the ocean? Oh, yeah, it's piranha that's in rivers. Whatever. Kimberly said, I always wanted to visit during Christmas when they do Dickens on the Strand. That must be very strange. I'm wonderful. Athena said to Stephen, I just called everything embroidery, but it's good to know there is a difference. I looked up the crewel work, so pretty. Imagine it in hand-spun yarn. Elizabeth can go. She said, oh my gosh, if the website info is correct, I had taken those dates off work so I can go. I'm hoping to go. Chris said, Kimberly, that was the last thing I did in Galveston. I remember the roasted chestnuts. Alice said, sorry, my Florida woman is showing. I mean, I've spent Christmas in Florida before, with my grandparents when I was a kid, and I just remember thinking that it being like warm enough to walk outside without a coat at Christmas is weird for me because of where I live. But I'm sure that it's really fun in Galveston at Christmas. Anne said Ann Arbor is Ann Arbor Fibre Expo, April 1st and 2nd. Carrie said, I will watch them from a boat. Good idea. Disney Knitter's going to look for us. Okay. Oh my goodness. Danielle said, well, Anne said, I'm hoping to go to Ann Arbor too. We should do a meetup. And Danielle said, thanks, Anne. I'll look up the details. Okay, Alice said, I mix them up. Barracuda is a saltwater fish and scarier than sharks because smarter. Crystal said, you can jump into a river full of piranha and be safer than jumping in a river full of barracuda. Okay, good. Good to know. Bye, Kate. It's good to see ya. John and I this week, last week on our way home, we're discussing, like, am I going to go to any fiber stuff this year? You know, what's the plan? And I haven't really made any final plans, but I do think that Ann Arbor is like 2.5 hours from me, maybe. So, yes, okay. Alice said, until they see shiny. Okay, good to know. I didn't know that either. Carrie said, have you ever played that game where you Google Florida man plus your birthday? I have done it. Chris said, Galveston had the best Army-Navy surplus store. Colonel Bubby's. Bubbies or Bubbles? So much fun to wander around and find surplus from all over the world. That does sound pretty fun. John would love it. Our boys would have loved that. Carrie said, Anne and Elizabeth will be there too. I'm so excited. It's going to be good. Elizabeth said to Anne, yes, you are a genius. You guys are hilarious. So, okay. Alice said, never heard of it. Guess that's my next Google trip. Carrie said there's a Florida man for every day of the year. At least one. Because I think I got more than one. Okay, Crystal said piranha are kind of shy fish and are only interested in dead things to snack on. See? We learned so much interesting stuff here, don't we? I'm never going to be done with this screen. This screen is for life. Kimberly said I will be traveling March 10th through 31st. I'm going to miss spinning on my wheels, but planning to take a spindle and a lot of knitting projects 3 weeks away from my farm. I'm sure Michael will hold the fort down. Or is he going too? Is it for, maybe it's for work. It doesn't mean he's not going though, right? Elizabeth said, Crystal, I think I will just not jump into any large bodies of water. If you look and like learn too much about it, it's harder to do. Know what I mean? It's like the things you don't know are the things that make it easier to do. Chris said, Dickens on the Strand has people wandering around in period costumes, all decked out stores, very much like being in a Christmas carol. That does sound pretty fun. Alice said, how right you are. Crystal said, I don't swim in the lakes around me because of the pike. The teeth they have are things of nightmares, and they will take a nibble. Really, will they? I didn't know that. Oh, that's kind of gross. Cheer said, good night. Nice to catch up with you all, but I need a bit more sleep. Bye for now and craft on. Chris said, not sure, but I think Colonel Bubby's has closed. I'm talking about, the early 80s when things were fun. We could still do a lot of, dangerous fun things. Alice said, I had several encounters with Kuda, thankfully none dangerous. Just the look in their eyes kept me from getting stupid. Really? The look in their eyes. Carrie said to Crystal, Dan has pictures on our wall of him holding some of those like that he's caught. They are terrifying. Oh, the pike, right? Texas Chance said, my sister and niece used to participate as carolers for Dickens on the Strand. That's a small world, isn't it? Hello, Kiera. How are you? Lori said, I'm going to try to make it to at least one. Is there more than one in Mississippi, Lori? No, Mississippi's a state I haven't ever been to yet. Crystal said, I have caught a few. Some of the things that we were the fiber places we were talking about, and Ann Arbor was probably one of them. But we were also talking about the Michigan Fiber Festival, Rhinebeck. We briefly talked about Maryland. We talked about SAF. So I don't think I'm doing Maryland this year. Last year was the weather was so bad. Oh, Crystal said I've caught a few. Kathleen said, what are you spinning? Looks like spring. Gary said I meant to say pike and autocorrected to ilk. What is that? I can't read today. Lori said 3. Texas Chance said heading to a small Fiber Fest next weekend in Iowa. I'm going to show you, Kathleen. This is the first bobbin. I'm on the struggle bus. It doesn't want to focus. Kai said I won't be going to any festivals until Maryland, sadly, but if you're at Maryland or Rhinebeck, make sure you stop and say hi. Well, Kai, of course. And come see your competition. Athena said there is a well-known Dickens festival in the Netherlands as well. I have wanted to go for a while, but I have not yet. It seems the city is closed for traffic every year because it is so busy. Wow. Texas said, I love Wisconsin sheep and wool. We talked about that. We talked about the one in Ohio, Great Lakes or something like that. Chris said, speaking of fish, have y'all seen the Asian carp videos on YouTube? Guys on water skis, garbage bin lids, and swords. I have not. Alice said, caught one youngin' that got hooked on the shiny, took a pic and set him or her free. She went back to its mates and in its shiny stupor said, just don't hit that line. Oh. Joanne said, Great Lakes pike are tasty, just a lot of bones. I mean, I've eaten it, but I've never, I don't think, been around one. Teresa said Maryland will be crazy this year. It's the 50th. Kimberly says for work. We had an infectious disease conference at CDC Atlanta, then to Texas for a family visit, first since 2019, then to Denver. Ooh. Chris said, wait, where and when in Mississippi? Lori said, where is it in Iowa? You guys, everybody's like, wait, what? What Fiber Festival? Elizabeth said to Crystal, I just looked them up. Those teeth are no joke. Hard pass from me. They're delicious, Elizabeth. Thanks, Lynn. Sorry, I'm getting every once in a while a little short chunk of silk. Alice said, I love polywog. Ellen said, that's a gorgeous color. Kathleen said, pretty. I'm hungry for something green. We're snowed under, us too. It's not horrible, but we definitely have snow. Lori said, I live in Iowa and don't know of any. Hello, Nikki. Chris said, that's a pretty bobbin. I can't wait to get this done and ply it. Ann said, I was swimming near a pier on Padre Island. The guys at the end of the pier were catching hammerheads. What? You were swimming there and they were, well, they can't really bite you. But they're kind of aggressive, right? I guess I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I don't know. Crystal said, I got pushed off a boat into a lake. My first thought wasn't I'm going to drown because I can't swim. It was, dear Lord, please don't let a pike be lurking. You can't swim, Crystal? Kimberly said Michael will join me in Texas. Then he goes to Boston to help with his 97-year-old dad. I will return to Idaho with my Texas BFF. That sounds like a great trip. Ann said Great Lakes is in Worcester. We looked it up. It's Memorial Day weekend this year. Oh, that one might be good. Bye, Kai. Stop growing, please. Rachel, I'm just kidding. You grow as much as you want. Rachel said, I can't find a Fibre festival here in Southern California. The closest thing is Stitches. I want to find one. Where's Lambtown? Is that in Northern California? It's in October, I believe. Texas said, Lori, Shepherd's Market, Iowa City. Elizabeth said, well, if we're talking about eating the fish, that's still a pass for me because I'm... Oh, are you? She's allergic to fish and shellfish. Alice said, Rachel, same problem in Florida. Yeah, I bet. Lori said, Texas, when is it? I'm not far from Iowa City. Hello, Jenny. Jenny said, I'm going to the Shepherd's Harvest Festival in May in Minnesota. Crystal said, I can't swim. I do know enough to save my... Oh, good. I think that's the thing that always surprises me because of safety. You know what I mean? But if you know enough, then you can. I mean, you can. You're just not, Lori said, hubby and I do reenactment of historic Vicksburg in complete Victorian dress and give tours of the courthouse. That sounds pretty fun. Okay. Texas said it's Saturday, March 4th, 9 to 4, Johnson County Fairground. That's soon. Lori, you're going to get to go to a festival soon, you lucky. Sorry. Tracy said Lambtown. Okay, Northern, sorry. Hello, Janet. See, there's tons of festivals. And that is one of the things that I think has been really fun about this group is that, like, there's been so much info passed between members about events and skills. And, I mean, it's been really cool. I'm getting through the green. Oh gosh. Okay. We're joining. No problem. No problem. Nothing to see here. There is one also in northern Michigan. It's called, I think, Tip of the Mitt. Oh gosh, my hair. Wait a minute. What just happened over here? Lisa said September. I'm sorry about the hair, you guys. Is the Shenandoah Fibre Festival. Where is that, Lisa? Rachel said, where exactly is Lambtown? You can Google it. I used to know because what is the company? There's a dyer that goes there that I used to follow. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Nitty Naughty said, made it to my first live. Welcome. Alice said, I think the pandemic took a big toll on festivals here. I know they were around before, hoping they get in the groove again. I hope so too, because I actually went to a shearing yesterday for a farm where I've been to their shearing before, and like, I used to live pretty close. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to fix my hair. And I ran into a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while, and we had a big talk about the effect that the pandemic has had on like our kids, socializing, businesses, and I hope a lot of places are able to bounce back, I guess. So we had a big convo about that. Lisa said Berryville, Virginia. Dixon, California. Okay. Kiera said, does anyone have any advice on how to sell things better? Oh, Lynn said, I don't know if we even have fiber festivals here. She is in France. Well, we've got a couple European people here. There used to be one in Edinburgh, but I believe that it's permanently done. Joanne said, hang on, I need a drink. It's just blackberry lemonade. Just in case you guys are wondering. Sometimes you wonder. Joanne said, I'm in Boston area. The fests I found are 2+ hours away or just demonstrations at local historic places. I'm surprised there's nothing in Massachusetts. I mean, how far are you willing to go? I think that's always the kind of question, Rachel said, thanks, Tracy. I'll have to figure out how far away Dixon is. Texas said, Wool Fair, Grimaud. I don't know how to pronounce it. France. I'm sure it's wrong. I swear. Arlene said, I'm jealous of all your festivals. I live in Alberta, Canada, and there is a Fibre Fest in Edmonton, a 2.5-hour drive from me. It is getting bigger every year. I'm so excited and can hardly wait. Lynn said I'll have to look it up. Nikki said, gotta go now, but hope all have a fantastic week. Bye, Nikki. I hope you have a fantastic week. Alice said, we're not wondering, Trish, we're hoping. You mean hoping that things bounce back? I'm hoping. That's for sure. Nitty Naughty said, I'm in East Tennessee and there is one coming up in April. Where is that one? Oh, goodness. Now, Texas, why do you want to put more French in there? Joanne said, I don't want to drive both ways alone. I need a fiber buddy. Yeah, I mean, driving alone isn't like the most fun. Lynn said, convert a friend. There you go. Terry said, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please, if you think of it. Yep, Alice said, party time. Party time. Excellent. Yeah, Texas, that was pretty cool. Did you Google it? How did you know that? Did you Google it? Okay, Nitty Naughty said Townsend, Tennessee. I don't know where that is. But I was just looking at houses in Kentucky, so I thought I'd ask where the festivals are down there. We're not moving, by the way. Probably ever. I can't believe how much of this I've gotten through today. Okay. Nitty Naughty said yes, it's near Gatlinburg, sorta. I do know where that is. Athena said, I was wondering how far are you all willing to travel for a wool festival? I'm kind of wondering that too, because how far would you go? Everybody, chime in and tell me. Arlene said, my favorite part of driving is being alone, no radio, no one to disturb me. I get nervous if I have to drive at night, but I love driving and just I put on an audiobook and it's like pretty awesome. You know what I mean? Just like go. Carrie said I was looking at houses in Ann Arbor the other day, and now we're probably not ever moving either. I'm sorry. I know how you feel. But you know what? Maybe you will. We really don't know. Kimberly said Mike was planning to drive to join me in Texas so Rhodes, my schnauzer, could see me, but that's a really long drive alone. I'll FaceTime Rhodes. He'll enjoy it. Crystal says an hour. Texas said we just got a new little RV and I see Fibre festivals as fun destinations. I am willing to go to go thousands of miles. There you go. Athena said I don't know of a wool fair in the Netherlands. There is a craft fair for all sorts of textile hobbies, but I think that is not quite the same. Too bad Eileen's not here. If there is one, I'm sure she would know. Teresa said we usually stay in Townsend when we visit the Smokies. It is much quieter there. Craft Design said I live in Alaska and have flown to Oregon, would go further. Steven said I think it depends if I can fit in some etching. Okay. Something, right? Else along the way, but I'd probably do UK ones in a heartbeat if I was free. Nitty Nutty said I still have elementary school kids, so it would need to be a day trip only, so maybe 2 hours. Lisa said 2 hours. Elizabeth said I'm in Indiana. Mostly I would say 2 to 3, but I would go to SAF because it's close to where I grew up in North Carolina, and I could stay with my sister. Oh, that's nice. I think if we do SAF, we're going to camp. You can camp right on the fairgrounds. Otter said 2 hours. Lynn said the craft fairs I've seen recently are all patchwork and scrapbooking. Rachel said it depends on the time of year and what my kiddos have going on. That makes sense. Chris said I'm on a website that lists festivals around the world. Let me just say Maryland wins hands down. Wins in what way? Stephanie said I'm driving 5.5 hours next month, but then again, my daughter lives around there so I can stay with her. Joanne said I'm willing to drive, but not alone. Have dragged darling husband with me. He's a sport. Day trip is preferred. Alice said, Athena, lately only in state. My days of cross-country trips are past me unless it's Charlotte, North Carolina, because I can hang with my mom. Chris said, I'll post the website on the comments. That's good. Yeah, perfect. Stephen said, Athena, there are loads in Germany. I'm sure some would be close to you. There you go. Carrie said 2 to 3 hours. I can't drive, and there's only so much I'll ask of my dear chauffeur husband. And though I'd probably make an exception for Rhinebeck. It's pretty great. Alice said, awesome. Lori said, within a few hours of me is best. Texas said, North County Fibre Fair on South Dakota is 6 hours for me, as is Wisconsin Sheep and Wool. I have not heard of North Country, but we're not close, so it makes sense. Kimberly said, I will travel half a day or more. We are planning vacations around some this fall. Jenny said, I had to shorten my driving due to disability, so I'm able to go 1.5 hours one way. So, I mean, there's a pretty wide range, but it looks like mostly people say like 2 to 3 hours. Unless there's somewhere they can stay, with family or whatever. Rachel said, I drive 1 hour just to go to my Spinners Guild monthly, so I can see myself going to a fair 4 to 5 hours for a weekend. Disney said I travel alone 2.5 to 3 hours. Worcester, Ohio was my longest. Okay. I mean, it's pretty fun. It looks like a lot of you guys are planning on going to some different festivals and fairs. So what are you looking for when you go there? Are you looking for like great deals? Are you looking for something you can't find anywhere else? Like what is the thing that you look for when you get there? Lynn said I can't drive, so 2 hours is the most I'm willing to inflict upon my driver, just like Carrie. Stephanie said, then again, I went to Rhinebeck last year for the first time, 13 hours, and another daughter lives up there. Oh gosh, Stephanie, you are so lucky. Lynn said Kate lives close too. Lynn said unless there's other things to do in the area. Yeah. I mean, if the driver is going to get something fun out of it, you know. Chris said wins. Maryland has so many possibilities for fiber lovers to attend. Meanwhile, Louisiana is ghosted. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Joanne said there is a festival in Western Massachusetts, but it's a sub of a big fair. Too crazy. Oh, yeah. Texas said North Country is a precious small fiber fest, but the vendors and classes are awesome, top-notch rock star instructors and the sweetest people in the world. I call them my prairie sisters. Oh, that's really sweet. Chris said for those in Europe, the site lists Germany, the Netherlands, Italy, the UK, Ireland. Nice. Nidinati said, I've never been to one, so curious what this one has to offer. Kimberly said, now that Michael is into the fiber arts, he's probably willing to go much further for fiber events. I just have to be sure he doesn't spend all our fiber budget on weaving stuff. Good luck with that. Evie said, my husband is always telling me to go anywhere I want, but I'm always backing out. Evie also lives pretty close, right, Evie? I resemble that remark. Alice had never been to a fiber fest before. I'd be looking for fellow fiber addicts and cool project ideas and supplies, honestly. That is one of the cool things because almost everyone there will be like as crazy as me. Well, Arlene said, this year for me, I'm looking for a hackle and a beautiful diz, probably spinning fiber too. Rachel said, I would love to take in the experience and learn so much. Carrie said, at this point in my fiber journey, I'm looking for fibers I can't make myself, mix-ins, and a good variety of good fleeces. Hello, Jan. Texas said, I go for inspiration and rock star instructors. That's interesting. Tracy said, I enjoy demonstrations. Yes, deals, but also hand-dyed braids and the sheepdog demonstrations. I love watching the dog demonstrations. Is that weird? Alice said, oh yeah, demos and instruction too. Stephanie said, Chris, Georgia is pretty scarce too, I bet. Yeah, Evie said yes, about a half an hour away from Rhinebeck. Yep, Disney said the smells. I have all I need. Always find more. Same. I mean, I even liked being in that sheep barn. Lynn said, I want to hopefully find local fiber people, to be honest, especially fiber producers, but also to look at pretty things and cry. Why will you cry? Stephanie said, sucks to be honest. I'm sorry. Carrie said, silly me, forgot to change the time on my alarm, so I'm way late. I'm sorry, Carrie. Yeah, we're about done. Texas said sheep fumes. Exactly. Kimberly said, I'm interested in buying fiber tools I don't have and fibers from locally sourced breeders. I prefer to support small business owners. That's one of the fun things that I like about Michigan Fiber Festival, because most everybody there is pretty local and within like a state, and it's pretty cool. And I always meet people that I go back to year after year. And Rachel said, that's my favorite part of the Texas State Fair growing up, all the dog demonstrations and competitions. And Chris said, at this point, it doesn't matter until my old cats are gone. I don't want to leave them even for a night. I understand that. You know me. Oh, when? So, because I can't afford them. Lori said, new products and local shops. Stephanie said, Chris, it does. Texas said, I go and buy wheels I don't need. Also same. I mean, I look at them. I don't usually buy them at the festivals. Oh, Alice said, oh, sorry. Heads up to those who wanted the pattern for the skillet mitts. I updated the link with new details, left some stuff out. Was that in the group, Alice? I don't think I saw it. I'll have to go look. Chris said, I just want to experience one time, that's all. It will happen, just not soon. It will happen, Chris. I mean, you just put it out into the universe that you just want to do it one time. Sorry, that was like right in front of the camera. Nitty Naughty said, spicy, I think that's what I'm hoping for this time. I don't know what that, I think there's a typo. Told and meeting more local fiber, tools probably, and meeting more local fiber providers. Joanne said, I'd love to be able to get fleece, but I don't want a whole one. You know, Joanne, if you're on any of the like raw fleece groups, a lot of the places will split the fleeces up. Hi Rhonda. Jenny said, I go for the sheep since I had to sell mine. Oh, I love watching the sheep. That's fun. Alice said, yes, the skillet mitts are on the group. Oh, look, I did not see it, Alice. I don't see every post. Texas said, Joanne, share with a friend. There you go. I co-own fleeces with friends all the time. Okay, guys, it's after 3, and I told John I was going to eat a big piece of cake after we were done. So it's time for me to go eat cake. Sorry. So thank you for hanging out today. Sorry I was gone a couple weeks and then I didn't have a video Tuesday because I didn't feel good enough to edit. Exactly. Yes, there's cake waiting for me. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that got quick. It's really nice to see you guys. I missed you. All right. Have a good week, but I will have a video on Tuesday, and thanks for being here. Bye. I love you.